This morning, I welcome you to a message entitled, True Leaders Attract. True Leaders Attract. True Leaders Attract. We have heard a lot about leadership or leaders. And anytime you hear the word leader, you think it is talking about some exclusive group of people. I am not a leader, and I cannot be. When I hear about leadership, then I think it's somebody else. This is what many people say. I am not a leader because I am not affronting anything. I'm not a leader because I am just at the bottom of the ladder. I'm not a leader because nobody even acknowledges me as having anything so special for which they can follow. But I want to really dismiss the myth of leadership and bring this practically home so everyone that is listening would understand. There is a leader in every one of us. The question that is often asked, are some people born leaders? The truth is there's a leader in every one of us. But recognizing it is one thing, and also walking in it is another. There are so many people who have recognized that there's leadership in them, but they've not done anything to it whatsoever. But there's a leader in every one of us. I want you to say this, at least to convince yourself. Say, there's a leader in me. Say it loud. One more time. There's a leader. There is a leader in every one of us here today. And everyone listening, there's a leader in you. The fact that you are timid is a sign that there's a leader in you. The fact that you are afraid of crowd and afraid of people and you get nervous when you are put on the spot, that means there's a leader in you. The fact that you consider from time to time that you may fail, you are not qualified, you are not the right person, means that there's a leader in you. There's a leader in everybody. Whatever God created, God placed leadership in it. Anything that can produce after its kind is a leader. There's a leader in you. Some people recognize it early, and are those who walk in it. So most of us will say, this person was born a leader. This person is born a leader. There's a leader in every one of us. Do you know what the prophet, the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah? Speaking through him, God said, Jeremiah 1:5, before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I sanctified you. And he says, and I ordain you a prophet to the nations. I have already called you. Why would Jesus even prepare disciples? What is the purpose of it? He prepared them so that they can lead the way, that others will come to know God. Whenever you become a disciple of Jesus Christ, what do you think that is about? You are being prepared to be a leader. Whether you use your leadership abilities or not is up to you. But there's a leader in every one of us. Every parent expects the son or daughter or the child to be self-led. You don't want your children to be led by the wrong crowd. You want your children to lead their lives. Whenever you're leading your life, you are leading something. And what you are leading is special, and that is you. You lead yourself. You direct yourself. God believes in leadership. He leadeth me beside still waters, and he restoreth my soul. There's a leader in every one of us. The reason why others are prone to following and never graduate from following to leaders is because they don't value what God has put in them. There's a leader in every individual that is born. And when you are a true leader, you attract. Before God formed thee in your mother's womb, he knew you. He had already ordained your future. He has called you to do the things that you do. I used to be very, very timid and very shy. I remember the first time I spoke publicly, I bowed my head and didn't look at the crowd. I was so timid. I was scared. I was frightened. My hands were wet. I was shaking. I didn't feel I was capable or qualified to address the people, yet they were my peers. I spoke to them every day. I knew them well. They knew me well, but I was not in the position to address them because I felt inadequate and small. Little did I know that God will use the same calling, the same person, with the same name, with the same attributes, into a world leader to speak to nations, to speak into lives, and literally do things that I did not in the natural thought or believed could happen, for which I am amazed at the works of God. I didn't allow my leadership to be stifled because I was born in Africa. I didn't allow my leadership to be squashed because I have an accent. I didn't allow my leadership to be dismissed because of the color of my skin. I didn't allow my leadership to be discarded because of who I am as a person. What did I do? I developed it, and today it is becoming of a benefit to nations, generations, and people who are alive and those who are yet to be born. Who thought for a minute that God can use a little me? It is not how little you are, but how you recognize the leadership that is in you. Do you even know the reason why Satan is powerful, Lucifer is powerful? The reason why demons are committed to him is because of Lucifer's leadership. Lucifer was able to create rebellion in heaven, and angels followed him to this very day. Satan is a leader and not a follower. That is why anyone who decides to follow Satan, they are literally following their leader. You decide to follow God, you follow your leader. If you decide to follow the Holy Spirit, you follow your leader. Whatever that makes you follow is your leader. Some of us, money is our leader. We follow money. Some of us, power is our leader. We follow it. Some of us, arrogance. Whatever you follow is your leader. What do you follow? You follow pride is your leader. Whatever you follow, there's leadership in every one of us. And even the fact that you follow means that you allow yourself to be led by something that leads you. To accept Jesus is leadership. I open my heart and I receive you to come into my life, to be the Lord of my life. I give you the permission. Self-led. I give you the rights. To as many as receive, I receive you into my heart. I receive you into any relationship. It's all leadership. Anyone who would violate your leadership ought to be dealt with by law. In other words, it is not by consent. But if you agree, it means that you allow yourself through your own initiative and your leadership to allow certain things into your life. I choose not to do this because I am led by this and I will not follow this. I am going this direction and I'm not going that direction. It is all about what? Leadership. The Bible says, as many as are led by what? The Spirit, they are the sons of God. Everything is about leadership. There is a leader, every leader has qualities. There are some leaders you never want to be with, but the whole world would like to be with. There's a leader in every one of us. And as a leader, there are also people that you are attracted to. They're attracted to you and you're attracted to. And these are three distinct types of people who are always attracted to you. And I'll quickly name them and break them down to you. The first group of people who are attracted to you as a leader are called admirers. Every leader has an admirer. There are people who admire you. You can't help it. They admire your personality. They admire who you are. And I'll go down and break them down to you. Three types, three distinct roles, and three distinct functions or characteristics that attracts people to leaders. One is admirers. They admire you. Number two, they are what we call followers. Followers. I'll break them down. Don't go deeper. And the third one, we call them disciples. But let me break them down for you. Who is an admirer? Who is an admirer? Admirer is someone who likes something about you. And if I may put it in this way, an admirer is somebody who belongs to your fan club. Every famous person has a fan club. You have your admirers. There are some people who admire you to the point where they literally try to take control or possession of your private space. And they can literally harm you. There are those who have this fatal attraction. They admire you so much. They blow you out of proportion. They adore, worship you to the point that they become obsessed with you. Admirers. They like something about you. They belong to your fan club. They will kill for you. It happens to different people. It happens to presidents. It happens to people. It happens to preachers. It happens to businessmen. There are some people that no matter what they say, they can literally create harm, havoc. They'll tell people to drink water from the gutter and they will drink it because people's admiration. Take drugs and they will take it. Inject the veins with this substance and they will do it. They admire them. They're part of the fan club. Admirers are many. Usually admirers are curious about you. When you find an admirer, he's very curious about you, curious about what you eat, what you wear, where you sleep, what you go. How did you grow up? How do you do this? This is what admirers do. Admirers are always impressed with you because of a positive thing they have heard about you. I heard this about you. I get weary as I get older when people tell me, I heard good things about you. Any person who hears good things about you and tells you confidently that I hear good things about you, don't take them too serious. Because the moment they hear negative things about you, they'll mess you up. I don't get too impressed. I heard good things about you. When people say that to me, immediately I back off. Whatever excitement, enthusiasm that I have, I slow down. Because a person who have come to you because they've heard good things about you are just people who are looking for your report card to identify you as a person that could be a potential friend or an enemy. When you find admirers, your reports become important to them. Testimonies about your success. Oh man, can you believe this person has done this? This person is very successful. When they were 21 years old, they accomplished this, they accomplished that, they accomplished that. There's nothing wrong when you acknowledge people's testimonies or achievements. But don't be an admirer to the point that what sweeps you off your feet is all the things you admire and you don't look past that. Every leader attracts an admirer. The admirers follow because of this attraction to your personality, attraction to your outward charm. You are so charming. Oh, I like His Majesty. He's so charming. I love this guy. I love this lady. She's so charming. Look at that charm. Look at that charm. He's so charismatic. She's so charismatic. Anywhere she stands, whatever she does, she attracts so much attention. Oh, I'm just impressed by that. Whenever somebody gets so excited about you and you are young, it's okay. But when you start to get grounded and they just like you because of the outward, then you know something is seriously wrong. Admirers are those who are impressed by your intellect or the way you talk, the way you speak. Oh, I like your accent. I've been to places where people say to me, they'll be looking at me and I just wonder, is something wrong? You know, no. What are you looking at? I just love your accent. And I said, oh, really? And I said, and you have one too. Because the fact that I speak like this, what you have is also an accent. Because when you go to a culture different than yours or a state different than yours, they will ask you, what state are you from? They are asking because of the accent. So don't you allow that to become the drawing card. Even though you can help it, it happens. Admirers are those who are attracted by your charisma. Oh, he's very charismatic. He's got so much fire. He's got so much this. They are interested about your appearance. Oh, man, he looks good. She looks good. That's admirers. Every leader attracts them. Oh, I like to be around them because of the way I feel. I like the feeling. The feeling he brings. The feeling she brings. Oh, I like what he possesses. Wow. Do you know that this person has got Mercedes-Benz? Do you know that this person has got Jaguar? Do you know this? They are admirers. And people build their future around admiration. They admire you. It doesn't necessarily mean you are successful. They are just hanging around you because of the admiration they have for you. But the moment the admiration wears out, they are gone. Admirers are everywhere. You have to really get settled and get balanced, because if not, you'll be so crushed and you will lose sight of who you are. Admirers, when they come around you, listen, you should understand that Jesus had them too. The admirers, they admire Jesus for the miracles, signs, and wonders. Oh my God, do you realize that this guy can turn water into wine? Oh, Jesus had many admirers who were impressed by his works from afar. They loved him because he's able to just turn water to wine. He's able to bless bread and multiply it for the masses. Oh, they were so impressed by him. Admirers will only be with you as long as they are not disappointed. Whenever they face the first disappointment, admirers are gone. They are not necessarily with you because they really love you. Let me say it again. They are not necessarily with you because they really love you. They are with you because they are admiring you. There's something about you that keeps them coming. And we judge life by admiration. The moment disappointments come, admirer is gone. And again, let me say, while there's nothing wrong about admiring people, it is wrong when you confuse admiration with discipleship. The reason why churches go through changes is because we have so many people who come to church who are nothing but good admirers, who just happen to be filled with the Holy Spirit, but they're nothing but good admirers. There are so many marriages that doesn't last because the person you marry didn't marry you for love. They marry you for admiration. They admire the position you had. They admire the job you had. The moment the man loses his job, the moment you feel like it's time to pack your bags and hit the road. They married you because you were so beautiful and attractive. The moment you had an accident and you lost your arm and you become dislocated in some area, they are gone. That's admirer for you. Oh, they'll hang with the man as long as the man is paying the school fees. The moment he hits some snack and he cannot pay the school fees, the moment they cannot do the vacation anymore, the moment they cannot provide the things they normally provide, the moment they cannot go to the mall and buy them shoes they buy, and them wigs they buy, and them eyelashes they buy, they realize it is time to leave the man immediately or hit the road. We're talking about admiration. One of the painful part about admiration is many people will admire you because of your good name, or they will admire you because of the name that has not been tarnished. They admire you because of the name that has not been attacked. They admired you because you are a recognized person in the community, in the neighborhood, and also in society. So they just admire you. There's nothing wrong admiring people, but go past the admiration. And every leader attracts admiration. That is why from time to time you have to really ask yourself questions. Where is this going? Where is this really going? I believe I'm wild. I am wise now and little mature to know the difference. If you're going to be a disciple of Jesus Christ or you're going to follow God, you have to understand that everything attracts, but not everything that attracts is solid. Admirers come all the time. And Jesus had them. They admired him. Hey, my God, how? How can you do all these things? God must be with you. You must be a mighty man of God. They are just admirers. But the moment admirers turn, they can hurt you deep and seriously. Every leader attracts them. True leaders attract. And you're a leader, you attract them. So maybe people have just admired you from the time you were born until you start opening your mouth. They admired you. The father admired the baby as long as the baby is still in diapers. The moment the baby started going through changes, admiration was dead. And everything changed. That's what admiration is. Don't be too impressed by people admiring you, because I have had them in my lifetime. And I've had millions of people who have admired me. But the true fact is, the fact that they admire you, you only have few friends that you can count on. You cannot count on your admirers. You can only count on people who genuinely have a relationship with you. When the rubber meets the road, you only can count on the people who go past the admiration. There's another type of people which is called the followers. The followers. Followers are those who come to you only to have their needs met. And it looks like the church has created a followers mentality. People come to church mainly because they want their needs to be met. I want you to come into my meeting. What can you get? Come here and you're going to get miracles. Come here and you're going to get this. We always go to places because of what we can get. They are followers. Jesus had them too. I said Jesus had them too. A follower is the one who always comes. Jesus, I bring my burden to you. Jesus, I bring my children to you. Jesus, I bring my husband to you. Jesus, I bring my car to you. Jesus, I bring my bill to you. Jesus, and they're always bringing things to Jesus. But Jesus can never take anything from them, because they only give Jesus their problems, but never bring Jesus any joy. They are followers. Do you realize that people quit serving God because they felt they followed the Lord long enough and things are not happening as fast as it should? And because things are not happening, they no longer have interest in the Lord. Do you know how many people followed you, but they no longer follow you? Because you're no longer performing the miracles they expected to perform. Followers were following Jesus because he could turn water into wine, bread into multiplication, turn diseases around, do the things he does. And again, they are not necessarily interested in you per se and care less about your spiritual, physical, emotional, and even financial needs. There's so many people who go to church. Their joy is, I go to church to get what I'm going there to get something. I know that today I'm going to get what I came for. I came here for something to get something. These are followers. They just come to get. Come and get. That is why I said, if I have, and it's going to happen one of these days, I am going to believe God to make $1 million available, and I announce 1 month to the community that we're going to be sharing $1 million, and anyone who wants to join our church will get $10,000. And you can stay in our church for at least 6 months. After that, you can go. And that we're only going to give you the money at the end of the 6 months. Do you know how many people register and join the church? Who wouldn't take $10,000 For 6 months, they just calculated 6 divided by 10. My God, I get this money for free. Man, I'll be a blessed man. I'm going to be a member of this church. What is the name of the church? Life International. Count me in. I am there. I follow you. I will be there. In fact, you could preach the hardest message and they will never be offended because they know at the end of the month, they're going to get some money. And it looks like many of us follow Jesus, follow the church, follow ministry for the things that we get. That is why people change loyalty. Not too long ago, everybody wants to go to Tulsa to see Oral Roberts, Kenneth Hagin. People go to California to meet Fred Price. They go all over the place. Now, people are driving from places. Oh, Benny Hinn. Oh, Benny's coming to town. Fletcher is coming to town. Everybody. And after a while, when your market price or value ain't no longer popular, they look for something else. Because they are following you not because they love you. They follow you not because they believe in your needs. They don't care whether you're sick or what. They just want you to make sure that their needs are met because it's about them and nobody else. Followers. They always see you as a strong person and never consider your humanity. And woe to you if a follower is to discover that you are weak and you have flaws just like them. Followers are easily offended. And followers cannot be trusted fully. They are always curious and suspicious. They follow with their eyes, head, and stomach, but not with their heart, soul, or resources. Let me say it again. A follower is one who will follow you with their eyes, head, and stomach, but not with their heart, soul, or resources. There are some people, listen, they can be part of your leadership, but they don't give no dime. They are followers. They are not following you because of what they can contribute. They are following you because of what they can get out of that organization. Let me join this organization. And if I join this organization, I'll use it to build my name. If I build my name for 4 or 5 years, I jump out and start my own. And not only start my own, there are people with that mindset. When we talk about the leadership that attracts, you can understand the difference. And when I come back to the second service, I'll talk about the third one, which I believe most of you out there, you are in the place of disciples. There are 3 types of people: admirers, followers, and the third ones are disciples. For a moment, I want the heaviness of the message to weigh on you. And ask yourself, which one am I? Am I an admirer or a follower? A disciple is one who you can never kick out. Even if you do, they will stick like white on rice. Jesus is looking for disciples, not admirers or followers. He wants true disciples. A true disciple is one who can take up their cross and follow him. A true disciple is one who can deny his father and mother and children, his job and everything else, and follow him. So the question here is, what are you? Are you a follower, or you are admirer, or you are a true disciple? A true disciple is one, when you say, can you also go? They say, no, who do we go to? So Father, I pray that the Holy Spirit will speak to our hearts this morning. Thank you very much for watching, and on behalf of Life International, we wish you God's very best. It is our hope, our prayer, and desire to inspire you regularly and make sure that you succeed in every area of your life. We would like to give you an opportunity to contribute to Life International so that our broadcast can reach many more around the world. Continue watching, share us, and mention us to all of your friends. Thank you so much, and God bless you.